In our last video, we made a test project called MIDI test, which was separate from the main project we are working on, to just test MIDI connectivity from our application into a MIDI keyboard. And this is how it ran. It played a single note using MIDI messages. Now what we're going to do is transfer this MIDI code from the MIDI test project into our main WPF piano project. So let's get started on that. First we need to add a reference to the N-Audio project. We need an older version. Yeah. Then we go and take these MIDI variables into our main project. Remove the static away because we don't need it. We need to add a reference to NAudio.MIDI. So this object works fine. Now we take the list devices method, put it in our main project. The static will go away. We don't need the console lines. So here now the next thing we need to do is play note. That is what we want. So I'm going to copy this into this. Again, going to move the console lines away. MIDI out and our static will go away. Okay. Let's compile this. Everything looks fine. Let us just try and see if the play note function is working. Already connected a MIDI device, MIDI keyboard to the computer, so this should play. Yes, I can hear the note being played. The next step is, since we are going to have a particular note for each key, let me change the startup project and try this again. Each of the white keys and black keys have to play a particular tone, so we need to add frequencies for each of these keys. So we're going to define them as constants, and then we can send those constants into a single function, something like play note. We're going to do that. So we're going to add these here. These will be const. Sorry. This is for the note of C, that is the first white note. It will be something. And similarly, I'm going to add it for all the other keys. So I've gone and found out the frequencies for middle C to middle B. Just going to comment this. The play note function will change, because now we'll be sending frequency here. Let's just test this. Suppose C4. Yes, it plays C4. I don't know if you can hear this in the recording, but I can hear it. me say D4. It's good so far. The reason why I put this 4 as a suffix to all these notes is that in music theory we have octaves where the middle C, which is the middle of most keyboards, is the 4th octave. So I put C4, which will be a different tone from C3 or C2 or C5. Now that we have got the play note, where is it, function in place, let's hook it up to the keyboard and see what happens. Let's go move this console line out. This can also be removed. Let's see what happens if there is no play note. C4. Oh, it's already playing, sorry. So duration is a little long. To make it shorter, let's put the note at let's just hook it up to the keyboard and see what happens. So that means when we go to the first white key, which is white, where of C sharp, C, mouse button down, then it should play a note of C4, and when I stop pressing the left key, it should stop playing that note. So we need to add a function for stopping the note, otherwise it will continue playing. What is the note? Send out MIDI stop note. So let's go back to C, and when the left button is up, it should stop playing the note of C4. Let's see if it works with C key. I need to remove this demo code. So we have the key here. This is the C. Let me press it. Yes. I'll have to add this for all the keys now. I've added the play note and stop note functions for all the left button up and left button down events for all the keys. I haven't done it for the black keys. Let us see how the white keys sound. Sounds okay. Some more event handling has to be done. If I keep it pressed, the sound should continue coming. I need to add for the black keys. The black keys are a little more work because each black note is controlled by 2 keys. So what are the keys? C sharp. So for instance, C sharp, mouse left button down, play note C sharp 4. And I need to do this for C sharp 2 as well, and stop note for both the keys. Let's check it for C sharp, which is first black key. Yes. C, C sharp D, D, C sharp C. Let me add it for the other black keys. Just trying to figure out why this key is not playing. Oh wait, it's not A sharp, it's G sharp. G sharp. G sharp 1. Ah yes, this should be play note. Let's see now. Yes. One more event handler we've got to deal with is that if I keep the mouse clicked and then I move out from the key, it should stop playing the first key and start playing the next key. So which means if I slide my mouse while keeping the mouse button pressed, all the keys should play in like a rrrk sound, which means the mouse leave methods should also be handled. Let's see, C. When the mouse leaves, and if the button is pressed, so copy this code from here. Mouse leave, oh sorry, wanted it for C, not C sharp. Mouse leave. Then it should stop note C4. So if the mouse leaves but the button is still clicked, then it should stop playing this note. Stop playing. And for the next key, let's try with D. If I'm on D, it enters D, and this is the mouse button is pressed, then it should play the note of let's try this. Yes. So now I need to repeat this for all the keys. I've added all the event handling for the white keys and the black keys. So let us see how the keys play. These are the normal mouse clicks for the black keys. If I slide my keys across while holding the mouse click down, the keys are responding. Same for black keys. The UI is also responsive. One more check we need to put is the play note function should not do anything if no MIDI device is present. So let's see, MIDI out indexes -1, return, do nothing. So I'm going to turn the keyboard off and see if the code works without giving a runtime exception. So turn the keyboard off. Now when I run it, the play note function will be called, but it should not generate an exception because I put a check. So it seems to be working fine. So now that we've got most of the thing working, in the next video we're going to look at encapsulating all this functionality and the UI into a user control, which can be then embedded in other projects.